Hello! If you are back, welcome back. If you've never seen me before, hi. Right off the bat, if I like look a little off or sound a little off, I just got like all the dental work done when I wanted to get this video out, so I can't feel like this much of my face right now. So I'm drinking out of a straw and I'm only allowed liquids and I can only use the right side of my face. If I sound a little lispy, that's why. The actual interview, I don't have a lisp, I promise. If you're watching this, you are probably applying for a Disney college program or Disney cultural exchange program or something along the lines of that, and you are looking for some insight on being a character attendant. Hello, my name's Lauren, whatever you want to call me. I just finished up my second program with Disney and I was a character attendant status in Magic Kingdom, so I spent a lot of time with Minnie and Mickey, a lot of time with Tigger and Pooh, a little bit of time with princesses. I've kind of done everything. And this video is going to be my phone interview from back last January. So I filmed this and then I just never put it out there because I was like, I don't know when applications are. I don't know when the right timing is. I don't know if anyone will watch it. But I know that spring applications are currently open and people are doing their phone interviews last week, this week, and the upcoming weeks. And I know that cultural exchange applications, if you're one of my international friends, just dropped yesterday as the time you're seeing this. So those interviews will be coming up in person in like January-ish, and phone interviews in January too. I want to do this little intro because I kind of just hop into it because I didn't expect the phone call. I was on vacation, I was in a hotel room, that's a whole different story. I have a video about that too, you can watch that. But I just wanted to say hi really quick, and without further ado, this is my accepted phone interview to be character attendant on my Disney college program. Hi, how are you? Doing fantastic. I would say I have a stronger preference to Disney World, but I'm open to either. Yes. Yeah, I would lean more towards the later one, preferably, just because I'm finishing up school into April, and then just like with moving everything, I prefer the later dates. And then also I was lucky enough to pick up PAC last summer, so I'd really love the opportunity to pick up like some of the Halloween party shifts if they start at the end of the program. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting role. I know if you do like main entrance at the theme parks, you're just doing touch points, but for us, because we were a smaller team, I worked kind of 50-50 touch points and then parking as well, which was really fun because I kind of got to do a couple of different roles. We had a couple, it was an interesting system because we worked kind of differently than the theme parks because a lot of it was dealing with like Fast Pass Plus and different types of tickets because the water parks were a little bit different. And then we also had the H2O Glow Nights, so we deal with event tickets, but it was pretty much just like getting guests to tap their magic bands, do their biometric. We did have a lot of problems with ticketing, unfortunately, because people thought they bought Fast Pass Plus and they didn't, or they thought they had a party ticket for one day. But it definitely made for a unique experience, which was nice. I absolutely loved working there. I think like out of all the jobs that I've worked, it was the most fun. I really liked having that one-on-one guest interaction, and I also just love the company. Recently, it's actually not on my resume because I submitted my resume in September, but the last couple of months I've been working at a local luxury resort, so I've kind of stayed in the tourism realm. And just talking to like my managers at my job now, they have such respect for the Disney company, and I can see like on a personal matter like how it can really take you places. And then on top of that, I've met like some of the best friends of my life on my program. I think I always think I'm good working with guests. I think I'm really good at problem solving. Like I said before, we would have a lot of problems with people having incorrect tickets, or we would rain out pretty frequently because there was thunderstorms, and unfortunately with the water parks, you can't just go inside. The whole park pretty much goes 101. So just like talking to guests, yeah. And it wasn't even like they could, yeah, go to an indoor attraction. It was only really merchant food that was open. And we also had our tickets in a weird way, so if they entered and it was raining, they wouldn't get it like a rain check on a ticket. So unfortunately difficult situations, but I think I worked really well with guests, calming people down, coming to solutions, because there always was a solution. It was just a matter of working with guests for it. I think like looking at my old program, another thing that I really enjoyed and I think was a strength was also getting to work in parking. It was a safety critical position. So working in like those high stress situations, problem solving, kind of keeping on your toes. I think I do really good at that, and multitasking and working with our team. It was different than the traditional theme parks, because I know if you work like Magic Kingdom or Epcot and you're in parking, you're doing like toll booths for the most part, I think, where we were like physically standing in the parking lot, pointing cars into spots, like counting how many spots there were left and moving on to different lots. So it was definitely thinking on your toes and working as a team and having really good communication to make sure we didn't have an overflow somewhere. I wasn't sure what was really offered. My highest interest, I know I put performer, attendant, and attractions, but I wasn't sure. Most years performer isn't really an option. Yeah, but my number one is definitely attending. For a character attendant, yeah, that's my number one. Like I said, I really liked working with guests. I felt like I loved working in parking, but it was definitely something that I missed, having that one-on-one guest interaction with people. And when I looked into the role, it just seems like it's kind of like the heart of the parks. Someone described it once as like really working on Walt's vision. The characters are kind of the heart of the Walt Disney Company when you think about it. So having that opportunity to work with guests and like make those magical moments. And then I also just think I'd be a strong fit for the role. I am good at multitasking, dealing with difficult situations, like with ticketing, telling people like, oh, unfortunately this isn't the right ticket, but we'll try to find something that works out in as alternative, because I know that is something that comes up a lot with closing lines or guests asking questions about characters as well. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people get the "you ruined my vacation" line, unfortunately. I think it's mostly just focusing on trying to find an alternative. I think it's so hard because when people are on a Disney vacation, you know they put so much money and so much time into it. So even though it's something like really small and usually easy to fix, it's understandable that guests get really worked up about it because it's the most important thing in the moment right now. Luckily, a lot of times if it's the middle of the day, if they're just going on break, being able to offer an alternative, or even if a parade's happening later in the day, like, oh, Sorry has to go, like, Mickey has to go, you know, meet Minnie for a date night or take Pluto on a walk, but he is in Sound Station later today. You can get an awesome spot right on Main Street and you can see him there. Or even other parks. What we would do a lot at Typhoon is if someone accidentally had the wrong ticket type or we got rained out, we'd ask them like, oh, is this the beginning, middle, or end of your vacation? If it was the first day of your trip, you could say, oh, he meets here every day. Or where are you guys heading tomorrow? Oh, they're heading to Epcot. Sometimes this character will meet here as an alternative. Just kind of like calming them down, talking to them, and trying to provide some sort of alternative to it. But I get it a lot even at my job now. I work in a spa at reception, and people will be like, I don't understand why you don't have our most popular couples massage later today. It's just a matter of being like, oh, unfortunately the service you want is fully booked, but here's like 3 other awesome alternatives, or we can look at another day in your stay, and kind of working to find something with them. Yes. My third choice would probably be merchandise. No, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, totally. I did that last year for attractions. I was talking to my mom about this last week, and she was like, I'm actually on vacation right now in California. My original interview was scheduled before I left, and now I'm down here and it's super humid and rainy. And my mom was like, how are you gonna handle the humidity? And I was like, now that I think about it, I didn't work a single shift inside last summer. I was main entrance or parking or pack. So I was always outside. I'm totally used to it. I'm not like close friends with anyone, but I do know a couple of different Canadians. I've talked to one girl who did like 2 programs as a character attendant, and she like absolutely loved it and said it was the best job she's ever had. Yeah, I was actually thinking about like things that I wish I did more on my last program. I definitely wish I picked up at more parks. So when I learned that character attendant was a globally trained position, I was like, oh, that'd be an awesome like opportunity to be able to work in different locations with different characters as well. So I'd actually really enjoy that, I think. I was in Vista. We were in a 6-person 3-bedroom. Yes, we were all Canadians. Okay, awesome. Same kind of ideas last year then. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, I'm willing to do any of those and I'm okay with all the costs and everything. I have one tattoo. It's a like small palm tree. It's on almost like my ankle. I had it last year as well and I had no problems with covering it or anything. Yeah, so I was just gonna ask, I know you guys can't guarantee anything, but do you guys take park preferences at all? I know character attendant would be global, but just like overall. Yeah, because I know I loved my program last year and I liked having a smaller team, but I have 2 of my roommates worked Magic Kingdom, and picking up pack there, I would like absolutely love the chance to kind of like work in a park and be in a park full time, because I really, really love the guest interaction there. Awesome. And then my other question that I had is just like more of a question for you. Meeting so many people who've like worked for Disney, I love hearing like if you have as a guest have had like any really great interactions with cast members, or like if there's anything that you've noticed now being a cast member, being in the parks, having like a magical moment happen to you. Awesome. Yeah, that's it for me though, if you have any questions though. Yeah. Very awesome. Perfect. No worries, it's all good. I know they had like the spring move-in on Monday too. I saw on like Disney Housing, so I was like, oh no, all the poor recruiters are probably like running around as well. Thanks, you have a good rest of your day as well. Bye. She literally only asked me about character attendant. That's so stressful. That's it. That's all. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful if you have a phone interview coming up, or even an in-person interview if you're international coming up, and you are looking at character attendant. I really, really loved it. It was super fun. It was the best job ever. I don't know if I will go back. I don't know if it's in the cards for me to go back with Disney currently. We'll see. If you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them down below. I also did attractions on my first program, so I could answer any like attractions-y questions too, and I have a lot of friends who work in other roles, so if you have other questions, I can probably figure out an answer for you relatively easily. So leave those down below. All my links to everything else are down below, and feel free to subscribe. I have a bunch of vlogs still coming up from my last program, and I'm also doing a lot more information type videos with the application process. See, I can't talk because my mouth is frozen. And also I vlog a little bit around my boring life here, so please subscribe. Take a look at all my links down below. I'm on Instagram mostly out of everything. I'm also on Twitter too a lot now. Depends on the day. And I will see you guys in a couple days. Bye.